Are you serious? Are you serious? Now there's fighting among the Jews at the Western Wall. This is not what needs to be done, folks. Not when you have the Iranians setting up a military base in Syria. When you have the Syrians, the Iranians, the Russians, the Turks, all in Syria now. When Hezbollah's been building and building and building missiles and preparing and speaking of an invasion of Israel. When Hamas is preparing for another cheap strikes at Israel. And when you have the tensions between Iran and Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, the last thing the Jewish people need is ultra-Orthodox Jews arguing and fighting with American Reform Jews over who gets to stand where at the wall when they pray. This is unbelievable. But you know what? Have they forgot? Have they forgot what it was like to crawl out of the ashes of the concentration camps in Nazi Germany? Well, biblically, there is some precedent to this. We have seen this happen before of infighting within the Jewish people. It's not just the Jewish people. We've seen it certainly among Christians. I mean, are you serious? The Protestants and Catholics have pounded on each other for 500 years since the Reformation and Martin Luther. And we've seen that come and go, rise and settle. It's always been a problem. It seems like men, if they're not careful, if they get too comfortable, they begin to demonize one another and divide one another. Only when they are threatened of their existence do they lay down the pettiness and unite together to go forward. Well, so I'm here to tell you that Israel needs to stop those that are fighting there. And part of it is they're upset at Benjamin Netanyahu because last year he agreed. See, here's how it is. When you go to the Western Wall, the women pray on one side and the men on the other. The women get a small area to pray, to come to the wall. They're not allowed to sing, and they're not allowed to wear prayer shawls, and they're not allowed to read out loud the Torah. The men are allowed to do these things. And this has been going, and of course all the visitors that come walk up, take pictures, go to the wall, everyone. It's free. I mean, it's free for everyone to do. It's a religious freedom for Christians to pray at the wall as well. But the Reformed Jews from America, America and Canada, which is 900 synagogues and about 1.5 million of the Reformed Jews, they want to have the ability to worship at the wall and do it their own way, not following the traditions of the ultra-Orthodox Jews. And so now there's a conflict between the two groups. I highly recommend that they lay down their differences. What happened was Netanyahu said, okay, let's do this. Let's divide the wall into 3 sections. Women, Reformed Jews, ultra-Orthodox Jews. So there's no problems. And Netanyahu put this plan in play and said, this is how we're going to implement it. But then pressure from the ultra-Orthodox Jews that are already in Jerusalem, because the Reformed Jews are basically coming from North America, America and Canada. And Benjamin Netanyahu has reneged on this original agreement. And so yesterday, when a bunch of Reformed Jews from America came carrying their own sacred Torahs, they were denied access to the Western Wall. Scuffles then ensued, pushing, shoving with security guards, and almost being sprayed in the face with mace. This isn't what we need to see. Folks, are you serious? Where is the shalom? The shalom. Are you serious? Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And that doesn't mean only from their enemies that want to annihilate them like Iran. But pray that there be peace among each other. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Certainly, the Bible speaks of confrontation among people. Are you serious?